this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Joy to the World. Now, this is a 3-chord song, so it's super simple. There is a free printable download included in the description of this video where you can download the chord chart for this song so you can follow along if you want to print it or look at it later. I'll give you 2 strumming pattern options, one easier strumming pattern and then one more difficult strumming pattern to either add to the song as you go by using both or just playing the one that you prefer. But if you look at the screen, you can see where we start. We start on the G chord. And this song is made up of verses, okay? There is no chorus per se, but there's repeating patterns. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go over the first verse, but once you know the first verse, you know all the verses. They're all the same. You can change it up by strumming pattern to make it sound cooler as you go and more interesting, and I'll show you how to do that, or you can just do the same strumming pattern throughout. So if you want to play and sing this song, I recommend just starting with each chord and strumming down as you sing. No other crazy complicated strumming pattern, just to get used to it at first, especially if you're not used to singing and playing. Plus, starting the song out that way sometimes sounds cool and you can build it as you go, building the strumming pattern to something more full and amazing with each verse until the end. So when you look at chords for a song, you'll see where you strum the chord is over the actual word that you are singing or that someone else is singing if you're not the one singing. So that you know where you're at, it makes it easier. If you're playing along with a pre-recorded version of the song, this will also help you stay in the right place along with the song. Now this song, you have to make sure if you are playing with a pre-recorded version of it that you are in the same key. You can always alter the key. I have instructional videos on how to alter a key of a song so that you can play it in the right key, so look for that on our channel. But in the meantime, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna start with the G chord and we're gonna strum down, right? But as we strum down, we're gonna start singing the song. Joy to the world, and then you see over Lord, we have a D. So we gotta move to that D, and if you're a beginner, it might take you some time, that's okay. My biggest recommendation to be able to switch chords fast is to memorize them, number 1. So if you don't have these chords memorized, make sure you do that. And then we go right to the D. Lord is, back to G, come. If you're singing and playing, and you're just doing one strum down, joy to the world, the Lord is come. And then we go right to the next line. Let C, D, her G. If you're singing in chords, right? Those next 2 lines, you have a G, but then there's no other chords. So what that means is you're hanging on that G, you're still playing it throughout. And if we're just doing one strum just to begin, then we can just carry the G by strumming down again throughout these 2 lines. For example, we're gonna strum down G on the every, and then we can do it on the pair in prepare, and then on heaven. So this is how that would sound, staying on G the whole time. Let every heart prepare him room in heaven and nature sing. And then you go to the next line to the D, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. So those last 3 are way faster, right? We see the nature sings. You really got to get that change from the G, D, G. But that's the hardest part of the song. So once you get that, you pretty much got it. So let's start from the beginning and let's do it together really slow. If you need to do it slower, stop the video, do it slower. And if you want to do it faster, you can do it faster. But this is just something so you can kind of get an idea and play along if you want, or pause the video and go from there. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every So that's one way you can do it, right? You can just strum down, practice singing, or we can add a more complicated strumming pattern to the song and either just add that in the second verse and, elevate that song and make it sound more full as we make the strumming pattern bigger, or just start from that full strumming pattern from the beginning. It's down, down, up, down, up. Or with the chord, down, down, up, down, up. Let's try it really slow. Down, down, up, down, up. A little faster. Down, down, up, down, up. So that's the strumming pattern that we'll use throughout. When you look at the first line of the second verse, we have G, D, G. Well, you're going to do that strumming pattern twice through for G, once through for that D, and then that other G. Let's just do it without the words, and then we'll do it with the words. Ready? Put your hands in G. Down, down, up, down, up. G again. Down, down, up, down, up. D, down, up, down, up. G, down, up, down, up. So with words, joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Obviously the song is a lot faster than that, but we're starting slow. It's always good to start slow, and then you can speed it up from there and go, joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. The next line, you're going to do one time through the strumming pattern for the C and the D. That G on employ, you're going to hang on for 2 times through the strumming pattern, but if you look ahead, you're going to still be on the G as you go to the next line. So you just hang on that G, and that next G you're going to do for 6 times through the strumming pattern. So a total of 8 if you add them together, if you're counting. So as you sing it, it's more clear on where you are in the strumming pattern, but if you're just playing, it's just count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's start with let men their songs employ and go right into the While Fields Floods to the repeat the sounding joy. Let men their songs employ. Then again, and now fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy. One more time. Then to the D, repeat the sounding joy. And that's twice through. So that last line, we have G and C one time through the strumming pattern, and then we're going to do a down, down, up for each of the G, D. That last G though, you're gonna do a full strumming pattern. So sounding joy, no more, and let's go right into that next verse. So starting with that down, 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 like the down strumming, joy to the world, the Lord is come, let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. You could do that to kind of build it, or you can just do the full first verse, all down strumming, and then add to it in the second verse to make it more interesting, because it is like a longer song with just verses, and it makes it more fun to listen to as it builds. You can also go back to the one strum or mix up the strumming pattern and do something completely different, because this is such an old song. It's been done so many different ways. You could literally do it any way you want to do it. So, and it will probably sound good.